Welcome back. You're watching Prime Property. I'm Nayantara Rai. Subrata Roy's Sahara group of companies has sold a 185-acre land parcel in Gurgaon to a real estate firm, M3M India, in a deal worth a little over 1,200 crore rupees. The announcement came within 48 hours of the Supreme Court allowing Sahara to proceed with the sale of 4 domestic properties for roughly 2,700 crores. This is part of Sahara's efforts to raise 10,000 crore rupees for the release of its jail chief. Roy has been in Tihar jail for 9 months. Now, what is pretty clear is that Sahara Group has decided against selling its 3 trophy hotels overseas. We're talking about the Grosvenor House in London, the New York Plaza, and the Dream Hotel also in the Big Apple. The next big question, who is M3M? It's an upcoming developer in Gurgaon. I reached out to the company to find out more.
I think the Sahara land which we've acquired, the total acres is 185 acres. M3M has bought it for 1,211 crores, which would work out to be, say, 8 crore per acre for this land. This land is located in sector 111 and 113 in Gurgaon, right at the entrance from Delhi, so which is 10 minutes drive from Delhi airport.
Mr. Bansal, you say you paid 8 crore rupees an acre. What I want to ask you is this a distressed sale or have you paid fair market value? The reason I'm asking you this is you could have got this property at a good price considering Subrata Roy has not been able to raise 10,000 crore rupees and has been languishing in Tihar jail for 9 months.
I think it's absolutely as per the market value. For this market, this was the right price. So I wouldn't say this is a distressed sale.
But Mr. Bansal, why did you pay fair market value? Like I said, Mr. Roy has been in jail for 9 months. Didn't an opportunity exist for you to negotiate better?
No, as a businessman, first, that was never my objective. I wanted a fair deal because there were a lot of people who were eyeing for the same land. So we were amongst one of the best and we could get that comfort level between Sahara and M3M and we concluded the deal in first go.
Do you have absolutely any fears that the land that you have bought may run into trouble with the law later on? I'm asking you this only because the Sahara Group has been facing trouble with the law.
I think the transaction has recently got the approval from the Supreme Court, which is yesterday. So they have approved this transaction based on our documentation that the agreement is already read by Supreme Court of the transaction which we have just signed.
You paid over 1,200 crore rupees for this land. Does it have any licenses or is it agricultural land?
No, this is the agricultural land so far. It's a raw land. So we would, after concluding the deal, we would be applying for the approvals with the regulatory authorities and then we would fetch all the approvals for the said land.
Okay, so it's agricultural land. You still have to get licenses. You paid over 1,200 crore rupees for this land. Can you tell me what you're planning to do with this land? What are you planning to develop? And how much is all of that going to cost?
I think whatever the product, how the product would be planned, so 1/3 of the cost of the entire sales would get into the construction for this entire project. So which we are assuming to be the top line for this project at current market scenario would be say around $2 billion, which is 12,000 crores. So I assume 1/3 of the said number should go into the cost of construction for the entire project.
You spent 1,200 crore rupees on the land. You think your construction is going to cost $600 million. You still have to get the licenses. So I'm going to imagine that this is going to be a luxury development.
For the residential development, the price minimum would expect, what company M3M would expect for this is 10,000 rupees a square feet. And for any commercial development, which would be say high street retail on a ground floor, would fetch us around say 20,000 rupees a square feet. So if we average out all the prices of service apartments, commercial, residential, offices, everything consolidatedly, I think average price of 10 to 12,000 rupees a square feet is a good number to take on.
So a luxury development, minimum 10,000 rupees a square foot. Now I want to talk to you about the location. You're saying this is a great location on the Dwarka Expressway. Mr. Bansal, I've been to the Dwarka Expressway many times. Let's be honest, that expressway is stuck. Land acquisition is stuck in various high courts. Some people believe that expressway is not going to be ready for 8 to 10 years. Should that not be a concern for all of those that might want to buy into your project?
I think first of all, it is a 6 to 8 year project, which we as an M3M are thinking, number one. Number two, just to correct your facts little bit. So Dwarka Expressway, CREDAI has already taken it with the senior officials and the government authorities, and which would be concluded in say 6 to 8 months. Thirdly, this project is already on Dwarka Expressway, 150-meter wide Dwarka Expressway, which is already constructed. So today, if you walk onto the site, you can actually walk onto the land, the charcoal road, which is already built up in front of my project and which has a close connectivity from the international airport and a 10-minute drive, I would say.
Sir Bansal, where does that road go? Like I said, that expressway is not ready, it's not connected, so you have a road outside your project, but it doesn't go anywhere.
In front of my project, this road is already there, which is built. And since I have a long-term plan for 6 to 8 years, and I'm assuming this road matter should get concluded within a year from now.
Mr. Bansal, a lot of people don't know about M3M India. You're not a listed company also. So can you tell us how much land is it that you own? How many projects do you have?
Of course. So till now, we happily say that we are a zero debt company. We are a zero leverage company. Talking about M3M, this is a 15-year-old organization started from consolidating land. Now we launched ourselves in 2010 as brand M3M. So as we speak today, we are sitting on a land bank of close to say 2,000 acres. We are already developing 14 projects which would constitute say 12 million square feet, which is under development by the most premium contractors available in the country, which is Larsen & Toubro, Shapurji and Palanji, etc., etc.
Well, time for another short break here on Prime Property. On the other side, we're going to head down south to Karnataka. The state government is doling out SOPs to attract women entrepreneurs. Stay tuned.